How to become disciplined. Hi everyone, Dan back here from the Geek Physique for another video. Before we get into things, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Step 1, dig deep on your why. This can sound a bit airy-fairy, but it's really important. And oftentimes we have a deeper why with our day-to-day decisions already without even realizing. They're kind of built in to our work, to our day-to-day routine anyway, seeing our family, things like that. So what you want to do to frame this is, of course, ask yourself, what happens if you do the thing that you're trying to do more of? But you also want to ask yourself, what happens if you don't? That second one is probably even more important than the first, because the first one, what happens if you do, is the desire, right? All of the good things that comes with doing the thing. But all of the pain that comes without doing the thing will drive you even more to make your decisions day to day, even when you don't feel like it, or especially when you don't feel like it, because pain is a much bigger driver for action than desire. Now think about your work. If you don't go to work, you can't pay your bills. You can't provide for your family. You can't live. Those are all the consequences if you don't. So, like I said at the start, it may sound a bit airy-fairy to begin with, but you actually already have this. And oftentimes that is why people will turn up to work, especially when they don't feel like it, because they know they have to pay their bills. They know they have to provide for their family. And if you are a family man already, if you're lucky enough to have kids, you have to get them to school on time, because they'll get in trouble. It's not even about you, it's about them, right? They'll get in trouble if you don't get them to school on time, and then you'll eventually get in trouble as well. So again, a lot of the times we do certain things in our lives because of the consequences if we didn't, and of course also the benefits if we did. So flipping that, again with your work, if you perform well, maybe you get a bonus, right? Maybe you get a promotion. If you do get your kids to school on time, you teach them the value of being punctual and being on time, right? So dig deep on this. Don't make it surface level, right? If it's fitness, don't just think about, oh, I want to look better and I want to feel better about myself. I want more energy, blah, blah. What does that mean for you, right? What would that give you? Would it give you more confidence? Maybe you're a loner. Maybe it would give you more confidence to socialize more, meet more people, make more friends, get a relationship, right? Meet a partner. Again, the pain, you can flip that. The painful side of things could be maybe you would have even more weight on your body, your health would be even worse, you'd have even less energy, even less confidence, and be even more lonely in a year, 3 years, 5 years, if you don't do the thing, especially when you don't feel like it. Again, with your work, it's the same thing. Do you really want to be in the same position in the next 5 years? Unless you absolutely love what you do today and it completely fulfills you, it's good to always be moving forward. I strongly believe you're either progressing or regressing. So think about that. Really think about in 1, 3, 5 years, or if that's too far in the future, 3, 6, 12 months, where you want to be. And if you don't do the day-to-day things to get you there, what that would be like. But if you did, how good it would be for you as well. Step 2, a goal and a plan to get there. It's really crucial to have something to shoot for, right? But you need a plan to actually get you there. And one of the great things about having a plan is you can then tie down little wins along the way, which will boost your motivation. I didn't want to mention that word because this is about discipline, but you can't discount that, right? The little wins really make lots of little wins make up one big win. So that's why when I'm working with our guys on the coaching side of things, I tell them to track all their workouts. And some people think it's quite tedious and over the top, but you don't always see the visual changes, the changes that people really want to see when they first start out. You don't see them at least for maybe 4 weeks or even 8 weeks, a considerable difference. So the changes week to week, like if let's say you want to develop your chest, If you can see week to week that the numbers are going in the right direction for your chest exercises, that will then inform you that you're on the right track, which will help you to keep going, so that then you get, they compound and they build up to the bigger change of, okay, I can see a difference in my chest, it's more toned, it's bigger, the measurements have changed, all of those good things, right? And you need a plan to actually get you there that is realistic. So the goal and plan should be smart. It should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, right? So don't be overshooting for something, but don't be undershooting either. Give yourself something that's challenging enough that you feel like you could achieve, but once you get there, you can always set a new goal, right? And that will be crucial for you to keep disciplined, because on those times when you really don't feel like it, so that's what discipline really is, guys. It's doing the thing, especially when you don't feel like it, and you'll be filled with a sense of fulfillment, right? Like when you go to the gym on a day when you don't feel like it, you think, right, I'm that much closer to my goal. I've proven to myself that I can do it on my worst day. And look, my weights even went up. Even though I had bad sleep, my numbers are going up. All of those things are just going to tie you down even more and move you forward to the goal and keep you on plan. Step 3, scheduling. You need a routine. I can't stress this enough. Like I said in point 1, a lot of the time our routine is dictated to us by something else, something external to us, like the 9 to 5, or if you're doing shift work, like 12-hour shifts or day and night, or if you're lucky enough to have kids, you take them to school every day. That's dictated to you by the school. People fall down when it's then on themselves. That's why when it comes to your fitness journey, it can really help to have a coach and the right accountability, because they will form the plan and the schedule for you, which will keep you in a good routine, so you know exactly what to do when, right? But it really does make a difference when you say exactly where and when something's supposed to happen and you block it off, right? So just like you have meetings at work, you should treat your workouts or your goals or whatever you're trying to achieve with the exact same respect. Make it a non-negotiable. I use that phrase all the time with our guys. Make it a non-negotiable and give it a schedule, just like you would do your work. So if someone says, oh, can I meet you at this time? Or even a work thing, right? You need to see it as important. And in my experience, working with guys who are shift workers, dads, business owners, with their family, with their work, and I've experienced this myself, people start to respect it and they expect it of you. They see you as that guy that during that time, that's when you're doing that thing. Especially if you're then still able to give to all those other areas of your life. And again, what I found working with guys, and especially myself, is it doesn't take away from other areas of your life. It actually empowers you to do more, gives you more energy, and it allows you to give from your overflow rather than trying to give when you're already half empty, right? So schedule it in, respect it in the same way you do everything else. Number 4, forget motivation. I did mention it earlier, and the little wins and the slightly bigger wins will boost you along the way. And maybe if like I watched an action movie last night and did a Muay Thai session this morning, and for sure, it motivated me. It got me fired up so much that I couldn't sleep. But forget motivation. This is the biggest point of this video. Expect to not be in the mood, right? Don't think, oh, I'm fired up now, I'm going to do it. Wait till your worst day and then see if you perform, because that's when you're going to prove to yourself how much you truly want it. It's going to prove to yourself what kind of willpower you have. And after a while, you really just get to the point where when you get those bursts, it's great. You ride that wave. But honestly, a lot of the best workouts I've had is when I really didn't feel like going, and I just feel like I've conquered something. And because I train in the morning mostly, it's a boost for the day, right? It's like if I can conquer my own willpower to do the thing, even especially when I didn't feel like doing it, then I can do anything. And honestly, it does give you that sensibility, that mental strength. So don't even think about motivation. When you say, how do I get motivated? I can't get motivated. I don't care, right? Obviously follow these steps. Yes, celebrate your little wins along the way. They will boost you. Look for other external factors that inspire you, but the bedrock of what you do is going to be the discipline. Step 5, habits. Make the good stuff easy and the bad stuff hard. Atomic Habits is a great book. I've recommended it in other videos. If you don't like reading, get it on Audible. You don't even have to go through the whole thing, I would say, because you get an idea of what it's all about as you go through it. But genuinely, when you read and listen to it, there's going to be so many things you're going to realize you do in your life on autopilot. Good things and bad things. Like, there's a really good exercise it tells you to do. Think about your goals and the things you want to achieve in your life, and all of the habits that add to those goals and things you want to achieve, put a plus. All the things that keep you neutral, that you have to do just to maintain yourself, just are neutral. And then everything that takes away from those things you want to achieve, put a minus. And it will give you a really good breakdown of all the things you do without even thinking about it, your day-to-day routine. Even if you think you don't have a routine, you do have a routine, right? You have things you do every day, even if you don't realize it. And you understand how much you're actually doing to better yourself or to make things harder for yourself on a day-to-day. And the little things count. I can't stress this enough. Like, one example I use with our guys, and I've mentioned to a lot of people, is if I have my phone right in front of me as I'm working, I will pick it up and scroll more than if I just hide it behind my PC. I know it's near me, but if I hide it, I don't see it. And that's literally what the book talks about, is make the bad stuff invisible, literally. It's like, another good example I use with our guys is calories in versus calories out is a scientific fact. You can't get away from it. It's energy, guys, right? So don't get caught up in what's the best diet, blah, blah, blah. It's energy at the end of the day. But some people genuinely can't have the packet. They always have the multi-pack. Meaning, when you buy those big share packs of crisps, or you buy a bottle of wine, you can't just have a portion and put it down. Some people ending up having the whole thing. So for those people, I recommend keeping those things as a treat, not cutting them out, but don't have them in the house if you know when you have them, you're just going to have all of them and it's going to put you off track, especially when you've been doing really well. So that's making the bad stuff easy, but you want to make the good stuff obvious. So another example from my daily routine is, I know I'm going to brush my teeth every day, which you all should be, right? But my scales are just under my sink in my bathroom where I brush my teeth. So before or after I brush my teeth, I get my weigh-in done. That is now built into my routine. And because I've got the reps in, I do it on autopilot. So think about these things. Another one is my daily vitamins I take. It's something where it's in the same cupboard as my weighing scales, which I then use when I'm doing like certain things for portion control. So when I go to use the weighing scales, I can see them and it reminds me, oh yeah, I need to do that. Little things like that genuinely go a long way. You might not think, oh, that's not going to give me the biceps I want or something like that. And people discount the little things all the time. But you are a lot of what you do, right? So if you want to be the guy that's in good shape, you have to have the habits that the guy would have who's in good shape. Seems really obvious, right? But if you've got the habits that the guy wouldn't have, then you're obviously doing the wrong things. So yes, you need a goal and a plan, like I said before, but you need to really focus on the day-to-day habits and routines and genuinely making it as easy for yourself as possible. Another example for today, I do a Mai Tais pad workout on a Saturday now, every Saturday. And I got my gym kit ready last night. I put it in here. So I knew when I got up, it's right there. I can get my stuff on and there's not much to faff around. There's less of a barrier to entry. You know, if you are picking a gym to go to and there's one on the way to work, pick that one, because then it's much easier to train in the morning and then you can just finish your routine going to the gym. One of our guys, right, I was saying he was struggling to get his workout in because he was getting it in the evening and, you know, work and energy, blah, blah, blah. I said, where's your gym? He said, down the road from my work. I said, go in the morning, man. You've got no excuse. Go in the morning. And it changed the game for him, and his consistency skyrocketed. It's the little things, guys. So do that exercise. Look at your habits in relation to your goals, whether it's fitness goals, career, whatever it is, and start making the good habits for you much easier and start making the bad ones that are holding you back much harder. I hope that was helpful, guys. I'm going to summarize the steps one more time. So step 1 is dig deep on your why. Step 2 is you need a goal and a plan to get there. Step 3 is scheduling. Step 4 is forget motivation. And step 5 is your habits. There's probably going to be a video here or here. I really hope this was helpful for you guys. Make sure you leave a like below, a comment to say if this was helpful, if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you all have a great day.